Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I was just scrolling down on my LinkedIn profile and I came across a post which is titled Careful Answers to 5 Interview Questions. And basically, in this article, the author gives the right and wrong answers to most commonly asked questions during a job interview. And so it got me to thinking of a story which I wanted to share with you based on my personal experience, and namely how I failed an important for me job interview, although I read a lot of articles like that. Let's go. So just to give you a little bit of a background, it was not supposed to be very challenging. The reason for that was that I was already referred by somebody who was working for that firm. I got a very decent resume, I must say, because I had the qualifications, I had some working experience, so I was really a pretty nice match for the company, at least on the paper. However, when it got to the interview stage, which I was not actually sure of the outcome when I got out of the interview, which is not pretty usual for me because normally we always understand if you did something wrong, or if you were not really answering well, or if there was no connection between you and the interviewer. But back in the day, I actually was really dubious whether they liked my profile, whether they didn't. And basically, after a while, I reached out to them to ask, okay, so do you want to proceed with me? Do you want to schedule another interview because I will be physically in that location? And they said, oh no, actually your profile has been declined. Thank you for your time. And I was like, okay, it got me thinking what I actually did wrong and how I can leverage this experience for my future interviews. I guess one of the mistakes that I made was that I hid the actual reason why I wanted to change jobs. So it was not my first job, it was not straight out of university. I was already working for a different employer, but in a different country. And while preparing myself for that question, which I recommend you do as well, because, well, you will be always asked, why do you want to work for us? Why do you want to change from your current employer and stuff like that? So these are things that you can actually plan a little bit in advance, how you're going to respond, what kind of reasons you can give. And I had said to myself prior to the interview, okay, the real reason is that I have some family in this new country where I want to move, but I don't want to sound unprofessional. It's not a good enough reason to say, oh yeah, actually, well, my family's there, so I'm moving. And that's why I tried to come up with another reason, more of a professional one. I thought, okay, they're gonna think that I'm super prepared, that I know the industry. But actually, with hindsight, I think that they didn't like this answer, and the reason that I didn't sound genuine and I got lost at some point, so I was not convincing enough because it was just not adding up. They asked some additional questions and I kind of babbled a little bit and I was a bit confused, although I had prepared this interview in advance and I'm generally pretty good at those stuff, and it's pretty difficult to put me in the corner like this. But I guess at that point I just sounded artificial because I hid the real reason why I was applying for that job in that other city, in that other country, because I just wanted to reunite with my family there, and that was an important factor to take into consideration. Now, I'm not saying that it should be the only one. I'm not saying that, okay, then you say, I don't care about the job, it's whatever, I just want to go back to my family. But it has to be a combination, and for me, it really has to be something genuine, something that you are not making up, because otherwise people are not going to kind of trust you. Another mistake that I made, also because maybe at that point I kind of felt that I screwed up a little bit with this reasoning behind why I wanted to change countries and firms. They asked me if I wanted to do some stuff which is not directly linked to my profession, to my area of expertise, and I said, yeah, I'm pretty open to everything. And I thought that that would make me sound cool, like, okay, I'm an open-minded person, I don't mind trying new things, that kind of thing. But actually, it had the opposite effect. And I think they thought I was just desperate to move to that other country for the reason they didn't really understand. And that leads me to my next point, that during a job interview, you really need to show some personality. So you cannot just say, okay, I want to do anything, everything for you, just take me please. Because people feel that kind of desperation. They feel that you don't have priorities, you just want to get a job, and maybe not necessarily with this company, but just any job. So it's really better to show clearly what interests you and to be honest. So for example, if you don't really want to do something, tell them, because in any case, if that's what you're going to be doing later and you hate it, well, probably this is not a good job choice for you if you think about it. So just be honest. I analyzed my experience and then I came to another job interview with another company for the role which I like way more, in the sector which I like much better than what I was originally interviewing for with this first company I was telling you about. And I'm super happy that I had this first experience, because during my second interview I was really honest. I said that, okay, I also have my family here and it's important for me because we're going to start building our life together. So basically I gave them this reason that I have my life partner who's living in this country, so I want to join him. And also I gave some additional criteria why I think it would be interesting to change for this new country. So think about it this way. When you are preparing something, you read a lot of articles which give you like super smart answers. To be honest, if they're not applicable to your situation, you are not going to get the job. Because even if these are the perfect answers that they want to hear, if it's not coming from yourself, if you are lying, I'm not sure it's gonna hold up. And don't think that I'm trying to make you say stupid things, like even if it's true, but they're kind of stupid and you should not be oversharing either. This is not a confession, right? Just be smart about it, but be genuine. And that's one of the greatest advice I can give. Don't just follow some articles that you come across with the perfect answers if they don't really fit your situation. And you will see that the perfect opportunity is waiting for you around the corner. Thanks for watching.